Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. Okay. 5-star. QiQi. Seriously. Actually, guys, I'm really excited about this because although if you guys play Genshin Impact, you might know that within the community, it's a bit of a meme to pull QiQi when you don't want to, but personally, I like QiQi and I do use her sometimes in my teams. Kind of a classic OG character with this one, but this is from Apex. This is a figure here, not a model kit. I would really love some Genshin Impact model kits at some point. I don't think that's going to happen, but here from Apex at least, we've got in their Arctech ball joint system line of figures here. This is number 11 in the series, and this is the QiQi Icy Resurrection figure. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at here for today's video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy taking a look at this one. Something a little bit different, but being a big fan of Genshin Impact, I really wanted to check out this figure. Let's go ahead and get into it for today's video. So let's check out the box here. First, we got the Arctech ball joint system Genshin logos up there at the top. Really nice illustration there of the character and some more text down here at the bottom. It is going to be scaled to 1/8 scale, and you can see for the illustration here, it's in like a glossy finish, where the rest of the box is in a kind of nice satin matte finish there. Got a window on the front where you can see the figure and a couple of the accessories. We don't actually have a ton of accessories in here, so I'm not really sure why the box is as deep as it is. I guess there's a few things in there. You can see around here on the sides of the box. This side has a nice big photo of the figure. Inside, the bottom just has the logos. The top also has a character illustration there like what we've got on the front. And around here on the back, we can kind of get a better sense of the contents, as we've got photos of the main figure and a couple of different face options there. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 of those, and then a couple of detail images of the figure right there, some of the finer points. And the quality, just based on the photos, looks really nice. Now, assuming that the quality on the figure itself is equally as good as it looks in the photos, should be a really, really nice figure here. So inside, let's go ahead and pull out this bit here. Looks like we've got some kind of instructions here. Got our certificate of quality inspection there, so like a quality control. Instructions here is basically for the stand, so it looks like we are going to have a runner for the stand parts. So we're going to have to cut out those parts and assemble that. Here's the instructions for that on this color sheet here. We've got a couple of QR codes right there, some more photographs. This kind of photograph showing all of the contents there. Some more photographs here on the back, kind of showing the different options, and some more on the inside here, just kind of showing how to equip the different parts. Like I said, there's not really a ton of stuff included with this, but just some basic instructions here for that. Inside our clam shells there on the bottom, there you can see is like the main base plate and then that small runner of those parts. And the quality actually on this looks really quite nice. I know it's just a simple clear runner, but a lot of times, sometimes anyway, in figures like this, I guess the clear runner here like this for the stand could be a little bit like slightly yellowed or not perfectly clear, but this has a really nice crystal clear look to that. In the lower tray here, it looks like gonna have a bunch of the accessories and parts and everything here. Here's the main kind of base plate part, which is actually a container, which is really cool. So you can keep all your extra parts and everything in there, which is really nice. That has the Arctech logo there on that. So that's actually really quite cool. You also have an already pre-assembled arm here for the base, which with screws in it here that looks like you can tighten if needed, but it's probably going to be already tight enough. This has a number of different pieces on there. This top one here is kind of loose, probably going to need to tighten that one up a little bit. And then in these protective bags here, some of the parts for the outfit. The painting on these do look really, really nice. Here's the one here for the other side as well. A couple of parts of the clothing. Got another part here for like the skirt part, I think it is. And just to give you guys a really nice close-up look at that, the painting on it, the finish of it looks really, really good, I gotta say. And then here's the part too for her skill effect there. There's a hard point at the bottom to be able to plug this onto a base to have this flying around. And you have this really nice clear blue and the painted bit right there. That looks really nice. And then for her head, we've got one option part here for the little like kind of tag paper there to be like kind of floating up to again recreate her idle animation where it's like kind of like flying up. We saw that here on the back side of the manual right there like that. So that's pretty cool. And then opening up the top part here is going to have our face options right there. Let's go ahead and pull out these and take a look. Each one of these also has the earrings on there, which look really nice, and the painting looks absolutely fantastic on here. And just to give you guys a really nice close-up look at that, these look really, really good. And on that note, here is the sword, which looks fantastic as well. This is really, really impressive, I gotta say. From the end here, having this actual bit of string there, holding that bit on the end, just all the painting on this, and the mixture of the finish too. You have like a couple of clear parts on there, which look really nice. The sword looks fantastic. And then of course we've got the coconut milk. This looks really, really good as well. Wow, I gotta say, see like the coconut shell, the clear straw in there, and then like the little flowers and little flag in there for the coconut milk. That looks really, really good. And then for some hand options, we've got here for the left side with like the 2 fingers extended like that. We've also got 2 closed fist hands like so. We've got 2 holding hands here, which I'm guessing we can use just there for the sword. And then 1 more additional hand here that I think is just supposed to meant like kind of like holding the straw, sort of like that on the goat milk, which I'm just now noticing that the straw can also be rotated here, or goat milk, I should say, coconut milk, sorry, anyway. And finally then, of course, the figure herself, which has a bunch of protective plastic wrap all over this. Let's go ahead and get her all unwrapped here. It looks like there's also going to be some open hand options there for the hand parts. And once we have all that wrapping off, here's how she's going to look. So you can see those option parts that we have for these parts off the back are just kind of to change the pose, and the same thing for the skirt part if you want to have the pose looking a little bit different for that. The quality of this is really, really impressive. Starting off here, like from the shoes up, that gold lining, the flower bit there on the shoes, all the parts like we saw here, like these back parts and the skirt part we saw previously, the option for those, but the ones here on the main figure look really, really nice. Those hand option parts up here to this necklace, which is a separate piece that just kind of hangs on there. Again, like what we've seen on the other parts, really, really nice mix of like the sort of clear blue parts, sort of bluish green, clear blue parts on there, little gold accents in between, and a little gold part there, like on her clothing. Around here on the back, the hair part is on a joint that can be moved and adjusted there, and then some really nice detail here on this part. And of course the neck joint also seems to be really nice. And then we've got her part up here for her vision, which looks really nice. That looks pretty much exactly how it looks in the game, I would imagine, as far as I can remember. A little clear part there on the top of the head as well. But the painting on everything looks absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna put those parts together for the base, and we'll take a look at this in some different poses, trying out some of those accessories. And now trying it out in a few different poses here with some of our option parts and accessories and everything, you guys will see it is a really, really great looking figure. Just the quality of it in terms of the painting and the details and everything on it, absolutely fantastic. A+ on that. There's one thing though that I wish maybe would be a little bit nicer, and that's just the range of articulation on it. There's a few quite signature poses. If you just take a look at like some of QiQi's like idle animation, or just like battle animation, or just like official artwork that you're not really able to do perfectly with this. I mean, you can get it kind of close, but you would hope that you would be able to get it like really, really close to some of those things to be able to recreate some of the animations from the in-game, or like I said, or some of the official artwork. And so that's maybe like slightly disappointing, but still I'm willing to forgive that just for how good the figure looks. I also think proportionally it's maybe not quite right in terms of the proportions. Again, it's really close, and I guess I would really have to kind of get in and try like actually measuring things to really nail it down just how close it is, but it does seem to be like slightly off in terms of the proportions. All that said though, a really, really nice set here, and again, it looks fantastic. At the end of the day, it's just a really, really great looking figure, and I do like the amount of stuff that we have with this. The extra little stand that you have that you can use for like her skill, that little thing that like flies around her. I wish that there was a way to connect that connection arm onto the main base, but unfortunately it has to be like a separate base that you just have next to it. So I wish that the main base had some more like attachment point holes in it to be able to plug that extra connection arm onto there, so you could have it kind of all contained onto one main base. That would be nice. But otherwise, a really nice set. And as a Genshin Impact fan, you know, we do have like the fixed pose, like statue issue figures. There's a handful of those out, but we really don't have much like this. I think there's also like a Figma of Mona, I believe. But apparently MiHoYo is pretty difficult to work with a lot of like, in particular, like the Japanese manufacturers of model kits and figures. And so, like I was saying before, I don't think we're probably going to be getting too much more in terms of figures, and definitely not any model kits. So for lack of too many options, this is definitely a nice one if you're a fan of the character. But again, they went with a character that I think there's probably some fans of, and she's been a character that's been around for a long time, but I'm sure there's probably other characters that would probably have been more popular choices. But let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about this figure? And if you guys picked it up for yourself, what do you think about it? Or just as important of a question to ask you guys is if there's another particular character that you would like to see come out as a figure like this, whether it be, from Apex or a Figma or something else. Let me know in the comment section which character you would like to see come out as a future release. And that's gonna just about do it for this video, guys. If you want to check out more of figures like this, and of course model kits and so much more, you can check out the link in the video description to USA Gundam store right down there below the video. Check out that link. And as always, thank you so much for all of your support, leaving a like and making sure that you're subscribed. Hope that you guys enjoyed taking a look at something a little bit different here today. And until next time, hope you all have a good one. See you guys next time. Bye bye.